Hello, everyone. It is November 1st. It's been a while since I've talked to all of you. I busted the main event at the EPT. I will go into depth about the hand tomorrow. It's really sort of not important in terms of what I want to achieve today. But yeah, I busted the main event in 4 hands total. And I don't know, I lost a little bit of motivation while I was in Malta. I just didn't really want to upload or do anything, to be honest. But what did happen is that I had a lot of time to think and to figure out where I am now and where I want to go. And I've talked about that a lot on this vlog. This is the man behind the poker, right? So that's a lot of what this vlog is about, is figuring that out. But I don't think that I've really taken the correct look at it until now. I think I lost myself a little bit over the last year and a half or so. And to understand what I'm getting at here, we have to go back to the beginning, which was, I dropped out of school in 2014, September, and I decided that I wanted to be a full-time poker player, full-time poker pro. And then sort of Twitch started, like 2 weeks later, and I saw a post about it. I was like, I'll try this. This sounds interesting. This sounds fun. And I started, and within 1 week, within 6 or 7 days, I thought to myself, I'm going to be a Stars pro. I had maybe like 200 viewers or something a week later. This was very early, so it was easier to get viewers. And that's something ridiculous. So I never said that out loud because that's silly. I'd literally broadcast less than 40 hours, and I already had this thought in my mind. And why is that important? Like, it's not important to a lot of people, that have different goals in the game. But to me, when I got into poker, when I first found it on TV, the pinnacle of success, what was important was being one of those guys on TV that wears the patch, that represents the game, right? To sort of be poker famous, I guess. And that's a little bit shallow in terms of what my goals are now in poker. But that's what was important to me as like a 19-year-old. That's what made it cool, what made it interesting, was that possibility. So to have that insane sort of thought in my head from when I started poker, it's sort of a pipe dream. I wasn't really making steps to move towards that in any real way over the 4 years of playing or 5 years of playing before I started streaming. But then to sort of know in my heart that it was going to happen. This is moving a little bit. So to know in my heart it was going to happen within like 7 days or so of starting this whole thing and just believing it fully was like an amazing feeling, It was like a life-changing sort of thing for me. When I was really young, as a kid, I wanted to be a professional golfer. And I remember talking with my friends about wanting to be a professional golfer. And the way that I would phrase it, what I would say to them, would be like, I want to be the best golfer there's ever been, and ever will be. Now, that's very absolute and romantic and a very 14-year-old idea. But that's like what I believed back then, right? So when I start my vlogs with welcome to the climb, one day at a time, dreamers unite, let's go, I'm not joking about the dreamers. Like, that's very core to my foundation, is that I always thought so huge as a human being. And what I've discovered over the past, I'd say, 18 months is that I've been dreaming very small, which happens to a lot of people. Complacency, right? I was able to develop some money and some income, right, and a base that made me feel comfortable, and I sort of rested with that a little bit, and the sort of goals I had set, even this year, the goals I'd set were not amazing goals. They were average, attainable goals, goals that seemed simple to execute. I don't think that's the person I am or the person I want to be, right? I'm really trying to figure out not what I want to do in the next year, but like, who do I want to be as a human being over my life, which is a very big question. and who I want to be as a human being in my life does not revolve around, you know, setting goals like I want to make X amount of dollars this year in poker, or I want to gain this many viewers on my Twitch stream, or I want to have this many subscribers on YouTube. Like, that's just very, very small thinking. It's not what got me here in the first place. It's not what allowed me to achieve what I have achieved, whether you value that or not. To me, it's valuable. So in Malta, I was able to sort of single out what it is I want to do and who I want to be, and I'm not gonna talk about that yet. And the reason is because it would be a little bit like 7 days into streaming, proclaiming to the audience that I'm going to be a PokerStars pro. It would sound a little bit ridiculous, and frankly, I'm just like a little embarrassed about what people would think about it, which is weak, but it's true. But I just want you guys to know that, like, I feel like I'm back, you know? As stupid as this sounds, and I know I'm a little bit emotional about it, but I feel like I'm back in that place where I wake up and I have so much fire and excitement for doing what I'm gonna do, because where I want to go is not mediocrity anymore. It's like extraordinary, right? So there's a lot of work to do to figure out how exactly I get to those points, but I feel like the fundamental problem is fixed, in that it's getting to those points is actually exciting. That's where I'm at, and I look towards the people that, you know, that inspire me in life to be better, be sort of Ben Hogan as a kid. I mean, who was a golfer that I think he won 7 majors or something like that. Really interesting story if you read his autobiography or his biography. Steve Jobs, who has probably the most important speech in my life, was the world, you sort of play by the rules, you stay within it, and then you figure out you can bump into the sides a little bit and make dents. That really changed the way I think about things. Gary Vaynerchuk as well, more recently, Kevin Smith, Casey Neistat, Elon Musk. You know, if you take a look at the collection of those people, they all do things that seem ridiculous. You know, they don't shoot for realistic, attainable ideas that have been done. They shoot for things that are insane. They're crazy. They're just like out of the realm of possible for a normal human being, what it seems like. But, you know, I'm going to do that because I think that's just like how, I think that's how, like, really, really successful people do it, is they're crazy. They just go for it. So I'm going to go for it. It's a long ramble, but I'm back. Dreamers unite. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to start off the vlog now for tomorrow. I'm here in New Jersey for the PokerStars Festival, so let's have a great day. But until tomorrow, we'll see you later.